If you're looking for an easy, healthy, and delicious dinner or lunch recipe that wouldn't take up much of your time, then this minced meat and grilled potatoes recipe should be on the top of your list. Let's make it. So to make the minced meat sauce, we'll be needing some bell peppers, tomatoes, onions, and garlic. So we're going to go ahead to deseed the bell peppers, wash them thoroughly, and then we'll blend them together with the tomatoes. And then we're going to chop up the onions and then the garlic as well. So while blending this, we're going to add in some Scotch bonnet peppers to your taste. So after blending the tomatoes and the bell peppers, this is what it looks like. And then we'll go ahead to chop up the onions and the garlic as well. So after chopping that up into a pan, we'll add in a little oil and then go in with the minced meat. So I'm using the 5% fat minced meat here, but you can use any minced meat that you prefer. So we're going to go ahead to break this up immediately and then fry until it is no longer pink. This is exactly what we want the minced meat to look like. And then we'll go ahead to add in the onions and the garlic. So after adding in the onions and the garlic, we're going to go ahead to fry this for about 2 minutes before adding in the peppers and onion puree. So we'll mix this together and then we'll go ahead to add in some kidney beans. So I'm using some canned kidney beans that I just drained off the water. We'll add that in, mix this together for a little bit, and then we'll be adding in some jollof mix. So if you don't have this jollof mix, you can just add in more tomatoes when blending the bell peppers and tomatoes. You can just add in like extra 3 or 4 more tomatoes to the mix, and then we're going to go ahead to mix this together. So after mixing this together, we'll be seasoning with some paprika, curry powder, dried thyme, salt, and then some beef seasoning cubes. We'll mix this together thoroughly and then we'll add in some water. So if you want this to be more saucy, you can add in more tomatoes or more jollof mix sauce. So after adding water, we're going to mix this together and then we're going to cover and allow to cook for at least 10 minutes. So while that is cooking, we're going to cut up some potatoes. You can cut this into any shape you want. I'm using some sweet potatoes here. We're going to cut them up, wash it properly, and then we'll season with some salt, black pepper, some paprika, and then some chili oil. You can use any oil that you prefer. We're going to mix this together and then we'll set them on a baking tray lined with parchment paper, or you can also do this in your air fryer. And we're also going to be grilling some corn as well. So we're going to allow this to bake for 25 minutes. We'll bake for 15 minutes on this side and then flip it over and bake for another 10 minutes. But if you want the potatoes to be more crispy, you can bake or grill for as long as you want. So we're going to check on our sauce now and it should be ready by now. We're going to give this a stir and turn off the heat and then set this aside. So after about 25 minutes, our potatoes are ready, but I left the corn to keep on grilling, and this is what our potatoes are looking like. If you want them to crisp up more, you can leave them in the oven for longer. Then we're going to go ahead to plate this up and look at how beautiful this looks, and it tastes absolutely amazing too. If you give this recipe a try, let me know what you think about it in the comment section, and I know you are absolutely going to enjoy this, and I'll definitely see you in the next video.